Hello students, I want to talk to you about two binomials and multiplying those two binomials together. So the first ones that we're going to work with, the product of the sum and difference of two terms. Okay, so this is the sum of two terms, and this is the difference of two terms. The product is going to be what we get when we multiply these together. And it's very easy. I'll show you a method to do this. We're going to use what used to, in school you probably heard FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. That's somewhat confusing, I think. So we're just going to hop over, and crawl under, crawl under. So we'll start with working with our first term within our first set of parentheses. So the first thing you always want to do is look within your parentheses and see if you can combine any like terms. And we can't. X is a different kind of animal than Y. We can't put them together. We can't add or subtract those. But I have to multiply this first term times each of these, x times the y and x times the negative y, and then I have to multiply the y times each of these, y times the x and y times the negative y. So let me show you the method for doing this. We're going to hop over, take this x and hop over and multiply it times the x in the second term. Then we'll hop over again and multiply x times negative y. Let that sign stick to that y right there. Okay, so let's do that. X times x, if we are multiplying like bases, we add the exponents. X times x is going to be x squared. Just like 2 times 2 is 2 squared. 3 times 3 is 3 squared. So x times x is x squared. Now we'll hop over again and multiply x times negative y. Positive times a negative gives us a negative. X times y is xy. Okay, so we're through with our hop over. Now let's crawl under, crawl under. Take this y right here. We're through with this x. Take the y and we multiply this y times that first x there, and then we'll multiply, crawl under and multiply y times negative y. So let's do that. Y times x, positive times a positive, we're going to get a positive right here. Now, I could say yx, or I could say xy. X times y is the same thing as y times x. 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2. Okay? So those are the xy or yx, same value. Alright, now we're going to multiply y times negative y. Positive times a negative is a negative. And y times y is y squared. Okay? Now, let's look within here and see if we have any like terms. Oh, okay, well we have our xy's, right? Like terms. In fact, I'm going to go underneath here and rewrite this. X squared minus xy plus xy minus y squared. I've just rewritten it to make it where it looks a little more clear. This and this are the same thing, same value. Okay, I have x negative 1xy critter here, and I have a positive 1xy critter here. A negative 1 and a positive 1 cancel one another out. If I have 1 and I take 1 away, it's out of there, right? So those are canceled out, and I'm left with x squared, my first term, and minus y squared, my last term. So this right here equals x squared minus y squared. This is a simplified version of this after we multiply these two together. That's what we get. That's our final answer after we multiply them. Okay, let's do our second example. Let's hop over and hop over. Multiply your whole numbers first. 2 times 2 is going to give us 4, and x times x is going to give us x squared. 2x times negative 1, a positive times a negative is a negative, and 2x times 1 is just 2x. Okay, so we've completed our hop over, hop over. We're through with 2x. Let's move over to the 1 and multiply it times each of these terms. Crawl under and crawl under. Okay, 1 times 2x is 2x. Positive times a negative is a negative, and 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, let's look in our center terms here. We have a negative 2x and a positive 2x. They cancel one another out. So our final answer is going to be 4x squared minus 1. That's what we get when we do our multiplying there. Okay, I will be putting a worksheet for y'all to work out, and I'll be back on the next video to show some more of these that are a little variation of this. See you next time.